So my fellow board members asked me to tell you a little bit about my training called the Enneagram Motions of the Soul. First, I want to give a shout out to my sweetie who's behind the camera. Go ahead, show yourself, honey.
That would be hard, but hello.
Okay, he's not going to do that. So I'm telling you a little bit about the Enneagram Training and Certification Program in Marshall, Michigan, January 9th through 12th. The Harmony Triads are used in this training program, which is actually giving every type a head, heart, and gut space, IQ, EQ, GQ, gut intelligence, to help us with motions of the soul. Many of you may be familiar with the Enneagram process theory or the arrow theory, which is a wonderful model, both for diagnosis and for letting us know about moving to integration and disintegration or relaxation and stressed areas. But when I was in a training with the late Dr. David Daniels on the Enneagram, he actually put up the Harmony Triads configuration, and my heart came alive, especially when he said these words. The Enneagram of Harmony Triads are the key to development. And when he said that, I began to think about Ignatius Loyola, who's been a part of my training as a spiritual director, giving us a way to access intellect, heart affections, gut instincts in a way to discover the motion of our soul and ways to make decisions in the world. So out of that, the Enneagram Motions of the Soul was born. Later, I presented this to the International Enneagram Association Conference. And during that studying, I began to see ways that people actually got stuck in type, or when they were accessing all three centers of intelligence and they were at home in their own soul. So we started calling that presence and non-presence. When you're present, you're at home. When you're trapped in type, you're stuck on your edge. In Motions of the Soul, there's a discernment process that actually can help you access your relational style for your type, your action style for your type, and your thinking style for your type in discerning next steps. This IQ, EQ, and GQ power actually gives access to faith, hope, and love, Father, Son, and Spirit, and a very Trinitarian model, and accesses the tripartite human soul. Now, Augustine said something that captured me. He said, when I was far from me, I was far from you. And that gave me a real way to see the at-homeness of all three centers when they are in harmony, and the stuckness, the unfreedom of being trapped in our type. So this has been a long life of working with individuals, 26 years as the senior leader at Crossroads Church with my husband Scott, and then working as a spiritual director for the Transforming Center with pastors and leaders, listening to their stories. The Institute for Integrative Studies began to recommend my work, and then the IEA accredited me as a professional. And the work that I've been doing in 2017 is actually certifying folks in the Enneagram Motions of the Soul. You'll see the June participants, what a lovely group they were, of spiritual directors and pastors and coaches and consultants, all discovering the terrain for their own soul's sake and those they worked with. So the Harmony Triads and the Enneagram Motions of the Soul is a way to help people develop interior freedom, help them discern and move forward in the next steps of their life. And we do that through storytelling, working in your Harmony Triad, meeting with other people on panels, the 369-147-258. We also utilize the Jerry Wagner WEPS test, and we use the Harmony model as a way to interpret it, taking a look at how you're accessing your 147-258-369 wisdom. So that might sound like, wow, I haven't heard the Enneagram presented this way. Well, I want you to know that InterVarsity Press has just signed us for a book deal with our good friends, spiritual directors and authors, Adele and Doug Calhoun. We're going to be unpacking the Harmony Triads and the work of spiritual practices with each of those triads. So keep an eye open for that. But maybe you're interested in joining us January 9th through 12th for the Enneagram training and certification with Motions of the Soul. here in the historic Marshall, Michigan. And so we are a National Historic District, place where Sojourner Truth worked with the Underground Railroad, and many other reasons why Marshall is a great place to visit. So if you're interested, registration is now open for both the January training and the June training in 2018. You can click below on the link and also read the endorsements for the training. Hope you're interested and have a great, harmonious day.